Hey everybody, Mario Arace. This is day 2 of my, let's call it 2-month journey. Very special day today. Today I woke up very early, 4 o'clock in the morning, came down to visit my daughter, who I have not seen in a month, and I have missed her so much. I wanted to thank you all for yesterday. Yesterday was the initial kickoff of where I would have the ability to have your support in helping me with my new venture. And again, I can't give too much away of what this venture is. I could tell you I'm starting a Facebook group that is going to be for the sole purpose of improving people's lives and allowing them to see that they can do a lot more than they truly believe they can. And a lot of that has to do with mindset. And I just want to tell you a real quick story. After my Facebook Live yesterday, I had a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. He contacted me, and this is someone who does very well for himself. I mean, he really does. I mean, he has all the toys you can have in life, everything else, and he's just very unhappy. And he's unhappy because he can't find a way to move on to his next venture. He's involved in something absolutely fantastic. He really is. But you know, he says to me, "Cuz, well, you know, why can I not get out of bed? Why can I not get this done?" And here's somebody who really, you would think, you look at him, he has it all. He absolutely has it all. But I said to him, here's your problem. And again, you know, the research I've been doing since the financial crisis and what is happening to people's minds and to their mindsets and how they're getting so self-defeated, it's absolutely remarkable to me. And I said to him, I said, you know what? Here's your problem. You got to check your ego at the door. And the problem is you just really, why do you give a shit so much of what people think about you and what you're doing? What does it matter? Who cares? It's your life. It's not theirs. I mean, in the scheme of things, if you think about it, there are people who, hey, Jeff, how are you? Hey, Nick, awesome to see you. Frank, how are you? You know, there are people in this world who have absolutely nothing. And you would think it's nothing, but to them it's everything. And why are they happy? Because that's a choice. It's a simple choice. So I don't want to see this, I don't want to be talking to this as preaching or as this being a negative. But the group I'm starting is for a very, very, very important reason. The group I'm starting is because I want people to change the way they think. The next 5 years of our lives. Hey Jill, how are you? Hey Amy, down in North Carolina to visit my daughter. Haven't seen her in a month. Wow, great seeing her. Missed her to death. This is great. They're all out getting their nails done, so I came out into the courtyard to do this. So, you know, getting back to it, like I said, there are people with nothing. They have the right mindset. I know people who have everything people dream about, and they're miserable. They really are. But what I am really focusing on is what has been happening over the last 10 years. And how that's going to accelerate, and how people have to position themselves. Hey Jackie, how are you? Carrie? People really have to start positioning themselves in their mind to prepare for what is going to be going on over the next decade. And so with your help, you know, this is going to be sort of like a beta test. When I talk about mindset, you know, how many of you, in all seriousness, how many of you are unable to not get pissed off when someone cuts you off in traffic? How many of you are not able to control yourself when you can't find a parking spot, or if somebody cuts you off and you allow that person to completely change your state of mind and let them consume that real estate in your mind and change your day? Happiness is a choice, my friends. That's all it is. That's what it is. But now to get to the point, what me and my team are doing, and again, I can't give too much away because my creative director, she would get very mad at me, and quite frankly, I'm kind of scared of her. But at the same time, again, getting back to it, Here's what I want to do. That's right, Jeff. Absolutely. Hardest hitting cornerback. It's right. And it's absolutely right. And it's what people are not talking about. And that's what really gets me. Why are people not talking about this? You know, I sit down at dinners with my friends. I talk to my colleagues at work, and I say things to them, and it resonates, but they just don't execute. It's all about execution. If you change one habit every day that you do in your life, one habit, you change your life. It's like when people say to me, when I sit down with people and I can see through their physiology that they're very disappointed. I say, why are you so disappointed? You know, what is going on? Well, I want this, I want that. And it's the same thing over and over again. But why do they not get up off their ass and execute? It doesn't make any sense. Hey, Robert, how are you? Why don't they get off their ass and execute? It's because of their mindset. It's because they care about what people think. They care about what, or if people are going to judge them. You know, I think a lot of you who know me well enough know I really couldn't give a shit about what people think about me. I really don't. I mean, I like to get out there and help people as much as I can. That's all I've done in my life. I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life, and you know, the people who know me from high school and who I grew up with and through college, you know my story already, so you know what I did. But I made those choices not to let those things bring me down. I made them. So here's the beta test for the Facebook group that I will be creating. And I want you, my Facebook family, to really, you know, be my guinea pigs. I want to see how many of us, starting, what time is it right now? All right, so it's 5:12 right now, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who are overseas, I do have some friends in some of these groups overseas, Croatia, Malta, wherever they may be. I want to see how many people for the next 24 hours can go through 24 hours without complaining. Because complaining is poison. Complaining, it's a waste of time. It really is. So what I would like, and even if you fail at it, I still want you to comment tomorrow and say, you know what? I did try it. Unfortunately, I didn't get through it. Hey, Mona, how are you? Mona, there's someone with a fantastic attitude for sure. But just do it. And, you know, what holds people back the most is they do the same thing day in and day out. You got to make every day different. Make every day special. And, I mean, it's exactly, and be grateful. You know, right now I'm building something, and I truly am passionate about, and I am so passionate about the message I am ultimately going to be giving to a lot of people. Not necessarily all of you in my community, because maybe you just don't want it. But, you know, that's up to you. I hope you do. But for this group that I will be building, you know, the main message is get off your ass. If you really want something, execute and take action. And don't just sit and hope for it. Look, you can pray all you want. You can ask for luck all you want. But unless you're willing to go after what you want and get your mindset right, you know, that's the only way it's going to happen. I mean, let's face facts. It's like my friend I just told, hey, Cheryl, how are you? It's like the friend I was just talking about. He's got the world by the balls, and he's absolutely miserable. Can't understand why he can't get out of bed. Because of his ego. Because he gives a shit what people think about him. And when you remove that, you're lifting a weight off your back. When you remove all of that self-doubt and you worry about the criticism of others, believe me, man, you're free. You've won the game. Right there, you've won. So, again, this is day 2. I want to thank you guys, everyone who shared yesterday, everyone who liked, everybody who commented. It reached so many other people. I got a lot of private messages from people. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Thanks for the heart. Really, you know, let's keep getting this message out there. And, you know, like I said yesterday, you are going to help me do this. You're going to help me reach enough people to the point where we're really going to make shit happen. Like, this is no joke. Like, I'm not, hey, Art, how are you? I'm not doing this for fun and games. And I'm certainly not doing it for money. I'm doing this because I really want to see people rise. And I want to see people rise to the occasion. I want to see people get out of that rut I want to see people start to understand what's truly going on in our economy today. I mean, look, automation is changing so fast. I don't know how many people are prepared for that. I know I am, and I know that a lot of people need, you know, whether it be other streams of income. He's interrupting me, but he looks like a nice guy, doesn't he? Again, the beta test is this. I want to see how many people can break one habit. Just don't complain. And look, I know people, like I said, I said this earlier. There are people out there, Frank, my man, thank you. Attitude, thank you. It is the right attitude. You know, quite frankly, you know, we're going to look, like I said, we're going to change a lot of people's lives, and we're going to make a lot of incredible things happening. I am so passionate about this. Sometimes I lose my train of thought because I think a lot faster than I speak. Amy, how are you? Awesome that you're here. So again, the beta test for today, for the next 24 hours, and I'll come back on after ECU plays Virginia Tech tomorrow. I'm going to come back on, and let's be completely honest. No complaining for 24 hours. Let me know how that's changed your life. Let me know how that changed your day. I didn't mean to say your life, but how did that change your day? Carmela, how are you? So I really, really, really want you guys to dig deep. No matter what happens tomorrow, I don't care if your kid spills something. I don't care, like I said, if you're stuck in traffic. Whatever it may be, let's use this as a beta test for this group that you're going to be responsible for helping me build. Let's use this as a beta test to find out. Randy, how are you? Let's truly use this as a test. So for the next 24 hours, there is no complaining. Driola, how are you? There is no complaining at all whatsoever, no matter what goes on in your day. And I want your feedback on how that changed your day, how it completely changed your day. And again, I want you to be completely honest, because if you were unable to do it, Janine, how are you? If you were unable to do it and you found yourself getting caught in that, that is not a bad thing. Remember, failing is not losing. Failing is a learning lesson. It's a lesson learned. So if you do fail at it, share your failure, because that means you are already programming yourself for it not to happen again. And this is going to be really cool. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to keep doing this for 2 months until I'm able to launch, you know, in my new group. And once we're able to, we're going to take this to the limit. We really are. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. And, you know, this isn't something that just like ba-bam came to my mind. I mean, I really thought about this, and I really researched it. There are people like Carmela on. There are other people on here right now who know I've been talking about this for years. And I finally did enough research and educated myself to the point where I spent a lot of time and I spent a lot of money on how to build the resources to change people's lives. And these people, and you're going to be part of it. So here we go. Starting, actually, I said 5:12, starting right now, starting at 5:19. 24 hours of no complaining. That's our test. All of us together, we're in this together, we're all going to do it. So tomorrow at 5:20, actually, I don't even know what time the game starts tomorrow, but when we come back on, just drop the comments in there. Let me know if that one thing changed for you, because the feedback I get from you is what I'm going to be using for this group. So you guys are very important to me, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support in building this community, because it's going to be so damn epic. It really is. It's going to be fantastic, and we're all going to rise above all the challenges, because those challenges make us stronger. It's as simple as that. Again, if you find yourself falling back into that habit of complaining, especially if it's something stupid, be honest and drop it in there, and let's create a dialogue about this, because you're going to program yourself, and it's going to hit you. Well, here I am, I'm complaining. I am unhappy because of something so stupid and so little, when other people really have things to complain about. So I want to thank you all very much for day 2 I will have fun at the game. Carmela, thank you. Michael, how are you, sir? Thank you very much for joining me on day 2. I look forward to day 3 tomorrow. Everybody have a fantastic evening, and thank you very much for joining me today. Look forward to it. Have a good evening.